Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. Today in this tutorial, we are about to learn about the filters used in Angularjs. Stay tuned. In this tutorial and in the next, we will be talking about the filters used in Angularjs. Now, what is a filter in Angularjs? A filter in Angularjs helps us to format, to sort the data, and to represent it in a proper oriented manner without changing the original content. This is what a filter does in Angularjs. Now, in an order to understand it, let's have a practical demonstration. As we had done previously, we will be similarly building up a pile of content right over here. This is the custom script.js where we will be practically building up our information field and we will be displaying them into our index.html page. That means the view section, and we will be seeing what a filter exactly does in Angularjs. So first of all, let's head back to our custom script.js, and here in the first case, we will be creating another data field. Let's create a variable which will be known as players, and inside this variable, we will be creating an array of information where we will be using the JSON format to enter some kind of data against this definite variable players. So in this particular case, let's name it as, for say, player name. There it goes. Next will be the number of goals or simply goals. Let's put it short. And in the next case, we will be now using another information here, which will be year. So in the first case, we are naming it as Sunil. Number of goals. So if we put the number of goals in some inverted commas, it won't be practically representing any number. It will be representing a string value. So instead of using a string value against goals, it will be wise to store it as a number. So we are practically storing a number against it. The similar thing goes here. In the first case, we will be just using an year. So we may keep it as a string format or we may keep it as a numbered format. It doesn't change anything significantly right now, but we will be later seeing about this, how to do some definite things with this particular information. Now we will be copying this JSON format. We will be creating another information field for another player. For say, if we use 25 goals, 2007 for say, and in the similar fashion in the last case, we will be now creating another information field about Vijayan. Let's make it 25 or 27, whatever it is, 2006. So we will be just sticking to this 3-player profile right over here, but you may change it, you may enhance any number of players information into this particular array that I have created right over here. Now we have used this variable name players. What we are about to do next is to attach this data field with the $scope object here, and for players we may rename it as player, and here we are mentioning the name of the variable that we had used earlier. So it won't be within an inverted comma. because we are now storing a definite variable against this definite scope object to build up the model view. So we won't be using any kind of inverted comma into this individual variable name that we had declared previously. Now this is the model name we had created so far. So press Ctrl S. If we head back to our project and reload, we won't be seeing any significant changes because despite of the fact we had built up the model, still we are missing the view section. Now let's head back to the index.html, and as it been shown earlier, we will be creating our very own div element inside which we will be creating a table with a width of, for say, 100%, the border being 1, cell spacing equals to 1, and the cell padding, this is also 1. Now inside this table we will be now creating a row where we will be creating these elements, these columns here, like for say player name. Next we are about to display the number of goals, and in the last case let's name it as assessment year. So we had created all these separate columns under this definite row tr. Next we will be making usage of another row where we will be now creating a column. Now here comes the factor, what is we are about to use into this definite columns that we are about to create. So we had created this model name here, this is the player, and we will be making usage of it right over here. And on the other hand, we will be using this directive which is known as ng repeat, and we are mentioning as footballer as player that we had declared earlier. So be very cautious while declaring this individual statement here, because it should be matching with the same name, same model name that has been created right over here. So we already had made a mistake. Instead of the player with a small initializing P, we had made usage of a capitalized P. So it could lead to a definite error. So we are making changes to it. And another thing, it's not over here. Sorry, we had made this mistake. It should be declared right over here. So in this particular case, into this first column, we will be fetching what we are about to fetch. We will be fetching the player's name. All these players' names should be displayed on a definite row first. So in this index.html, we are practically making usage of, we will be naming it as this one. So all it is going to do, it is going to fetch any player name from this individual data field that we had created earlier. So this is the case in the first case. Now let's copy this thing and paste twice more. And instead of this player name, we will be now making usage of this parameter here, which is number of goals, or simply put goals. And in the last case, the last one is year. So we will be making usage of it. Here it goes. Now if we press Ctrl S and head back to our project and reload, we can see that all the player names are right into a definite row, into a definite column. This Sunil, Vaichung, Vijayan, number of goals are being assigned into the same. So all of them are coming separately in a separate row. So everything is in the order. Now for say, if we wish to turn up all those names into an uppercase letter, then what is the thing that we are about to do? What should we do? On some earlier occasions in JavaScript, whenever we wish to do such things, all we had to do, we had to make usage of this sort of function. There it goes, to uppercase. So the purpose of this function is to turn anything within this individual column into an uppercase letter. So this is what it is about to do here. Let's head back to our project and reload, and we can see that this is the thing, this is the desired thing that we wish to display into our HTML page, into our browser. But in case of an Angularjs, there is practically no need to use this kind of JavaScript functions that we used previously. Besides, it has been more simple right over here. So instead of using some kind of function, all we are going to do, we will be making usage of this pipeline, and now we are just mentioning this uppercase here. So press Ctrl S, head back to your project and reload, and you can see that the same effect is now seen here. So we can see that the uppercase formation of these individual player names is being reflected right over here. Now filters can be of different formats, such as it can be numbered, it can be using a date. So all of these things will be discussed in our next tutorial. So hope you guys have liked this tutorial. If you guys have liked this tutorial, then do not hesitate to hit that red subscribe button down below. Hope to see you guys in our next tutorial. Till then, bye.